53 years ago, we finally ventured to the moon. For the very first time, instead of staring aimlessly into the cold, desolate void of space, we looked back at our own planet. And then, we finally saw it. Our planet was dying. And we were creating the things that were killing it. We created
Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Today, we'll be talking about the environment, more specifically Antigua's environment, to find out what state it's in, why it's in the state it's in, what the country is doing to change it, and most importantly, what you can do to change it. So we did extensive research to find the answer to our questions and our solutions to our problems.
So after 15 minutes of research, we finally found the lucky institute that would get to be interviewed by us, the Department of Environment. Yes, they are the lucky ones, no questions asked. We have no idea what we're doing, but we weren't gonna turn back and choose someone else after our 15 minutes of research. I mean, that's a lot of time. Actually, it's not that much time though. But there was a problem, a conundrum, another word for problem. I had to write one of the most hardest things ever, and I just said most hardest, so I think you see my problem. A letter, a formal letter. It's not that hard if you go to school. Just go to school. It's not that. It's like really simple. Like
Don't you want to stay home and watch TV all day?
Watch cartoons?
Yeah, you stay home, play with your toys, eat and sleep.
I gotta go to school, my mom said so.
Don't listen to your mom, she's a dork. She don't even know what she's talking about.
Bobby, are you ready to go to school?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're a dork, just like your mom.
Well, you know what? At least I'm gonna have a good job and a good future, and I'm not gonna sound like a bum like you.
Choose the right course. Stay in school.
just go to school. And you know, we were going good. Morale was high. We were pushing through. And then Shania said,
Hey, wouldn't it be funny if we did all this and they just said no?
The best part of getting out of bed is the existential dread.
Yeah, thought so too.
So we waited and waited and you want to know what happened? You want to know what they said? Zoom in on my face. They said,
You've got mail.
Oh. That was easier than I thought it would be. Now we just have to do the interview. So basically, we tortured some extremely underpaid teachers for answers to get the public opinion. Don't worry, they're fine. Except for the extremely underpaid part. I don't think they're gonna recover from that anytime soon. That's kind of sad. I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. I'm just gonna keep on moving on. Just keep on going. We're just gonna, okay. We questioned them on 3 things. The first being,
Do you think Antigua's environment is in a good, bad, or decent condition?
So,
Do you think Antigua's environment is in a good, bad, or decent condition?
I think Antigua's environment is in a bad condition.
Very bad.
Okay, so I think that the environment is in a bad condition. So most times I go to the beach just to do a little hike or maybe just for relaxation purposes. And I see a lot of beer bottles. I see a lot of tuna cans. You know, these campers, they go to have camp and they leave the tuna cans, they leave the beer bottles after partying. And all of these garbage eventually gets inside of the ocean, even when they're on the land. You know, it can affect different organisms. These bottles break, these tuna cans can cut someone. You know, it's a terrible state right now.
Okay, so clearly the public thinks that the environment's condition is
very bad.
Do you think there's a specific age group responsible for Antigua's pollution?
No.
No, I don't think there's a specific age group because everybody contributes to polluting the environment in their own way.
to be continued. Now we had to do the actual interview. I was so nervous, but thankfully I got advice from someone, and that kind of helped. It really helped. So we stumbled our way into town. That's not a word. So we stumbled our way into town, and here's some footage of us walking because why not? I am so tired. I'm dying. Okay.
It's an act to provide for sustainable environmental protection and management of natural resources. Part 5 speaks to pollution control. We haven't done much work here, but I know we have a new officer, an officer who started working here last year. He is starting to make a registry of where our polluters are, so we can start managing that, because this is 2019, you know, we had COVID and all that, so that really delayed the rolling out of this legislation. And then the environmental impact process, assessment process. So what happens is that the Development Control Authority will get plans. You want to build a house, you want to do anything, they'll get the plans. Then they will speak with the Department of Environment and ask, do we think that there are any environmental issues if we build this house next to the beach? And we will say, no, you can't build it next to the beach, you have to build it so many meters away from the beach, and this is how you mitigate, or this is how you protect the environment if you were to build. So that's how our impact is. So we have a team that works on these reports. Is where we have our Sustainable Island Resources Framework Fund. And the idea behind this fund is that it should fund all environmental related activities. They have, that fund has been able to help people make their homes more resilient to climate change. House more resilient, it means that maybe you might be able to use shutters so you'll be able to withstand a storm, or, you know, for roofing they have these braces that have braced your roof against the high winds.
Do you think there is a specific age group responsible for the most of Antigua's pollution?
For
Most of Antigua's pollution.
For promoting it?
Yes.
What do you mean by promoting pollution, by causing it? Yes, age group 0 to 100 and something. Everybody is responsible for pollution, and everybody has a part to play in the solution.
Also, there's enough garbage bins in the community.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is that somebody litters because of somebody else. Somebody else is not putting a bin down. To me, I prefer to look at it as I'm an individual and I'm responsible for my actions. If there is no place for me to throw something, then I better hold it until I find a place to put it.
How do you think everyone, including yourself, can help serve the environment every day?
I need to know that the decisions I make will affect what happens to the environment. If I just buy any bottle and I don't care and I just store it on the ground, I am causing a negative impact on the environment. So we always have to decide the things that we do make a difference. So I recycle. I would like to start composting. I try and reuse things as often as I can. I try not to buy too much plastic. A lot of people litter. Everybody litters. And we need to change that idea. Take my bottles to the Antigua Barbuda Waste Recycling Facility. That's in Powell's estate. But the Ministry of Health also has a program where people can bring in their plastic bottles and you get 20 cents per bottle. So I think the responsibility is yours. It's everybody here. People, it's not because you're too young, too old, too anything. You're never too anything. You can do it. Hydroponics, using these vertical farms and containers. Great idea. So we need to speak more with maybe agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, because they're the ones responsible for this. Because yes, it is maybe a better idea to grow your food like that. It would take up less space. You wouldn't have to worry too much about drought, because it's a really controlled environment. Quite a bit of money, because there is a growing market for food grown via hydroponics. And the reason for that is that there's a certain guarantee that food is organic. When I grow it in the soil, even if I don't use any pesticide, you could be my neighbor. And you could be spraying your whole place down with pesticide, and the wind is going to blow it over by me. So it's like I'm using it. So I even though I didn't use any, it didn't make a difference, right? So even Antigua is too small to grow anything organically in the soil. It's too small because your neighbor, the person down the road, could be spraying and you're not. But because the wind blowing everything around, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, the government. But the people decided who the government was. So it always comes back to the person.
Yeah,
Okay, what else?
Any other questions you guys have?
No.
No? No?
No.
I think we're done.
Questions were very much relatable to yours.
Shake hand.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, shake your hand.
Thank
All
you for
right,
your time.
you're welcome. We'll get to shake your hand.
Okay, so
too.
sadly, my group did not get to clean up trash in any communities, but we did clean up trash in our homes. So for 2 months now, I've been collecting plastic bottles. So by the end of the month, I'll probably take them in. And why stop there? I'll keep going. Why? Because did you not just watch the whole entire video? I think you should know why. What did you learn from this
Sound production.
Hello, welcome to another episode of How to Save Our Environment. Today we have an unknown person today with us to answer some questions that we think that will prolong our environment. So question number 1, how does this affect Mehmet? Scrap this part, let's just scrap this part.
Everyone contributes to I forgot the question. This is
Bye.